Yeah, I'm just gonna have some pancakes.
1, 2, 3, or 4?
Two.
2 pancakes?
And some bacon.
Sure. So you ready for this trip? Ready to go to Philadelphia again? When's the last time what's your last memory of Philadelphia?
Wow, that's too long. I don't remember. My actual last memory, would be picking up Mom
Grandma at the airport?
at the airport. Yeah. Well, I went straight to United. Then I came. Then I went to Maizesville. I came back home into Maizesville. I didn't go to Philadelphia.
So how did you get home? By ship from the Navy or?
No. How did I get home? While I was in the Navy? No, I got home by airplane.
And you flew into Philadelphia?
Yeah.
You were coming from Alaska at that point, right? Was that your last?
No, it was Japan.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was your last tour journey?
Yeah,
to Japan.
I went by ship back to San Francisco. Yeah, and then San Francisco, I caught the United plane to Philadelphia.
And it just happened to be United, not another airline, and that's why you asked United for a job?
Yeah, I liked the airplane I was on.
That was the new airplane.
That was the new DC-8. The DC-8. It went right into Philadelphia. Then I don't know if I caught a cab or how I got down to the airport, but I probably caught a cab, I guess.
So what was it about the DC-8 that was special?
There wasn't too many people on it to begin with.
That's nice.
And I just loved it, just flying. Yeah, it's a brand new airplane, a jet. Then it was kind of exciting. That was 1960. Yeah, 1960. That was. But I just got off the damn thing, and it says I need a job. I like this, and I went to the airport before I even got home.
So what did you do? You just went up to the counter, or how did you ask them for a job? It seems so much easier than it
I
is
don't
now.
remember that exact part. I do remember one of the talking to one of the guys, and he took me into the offices. And it was like 2 minutes and I had a job.
Were you in your uniform? Your Navy uniform?
I might have been. Yeah, I was still in my Navy uniform. Yeah, it was just a speedy interview. It says, you want to go to work? When do you want to go to work?
So you said, I want to go back home for a little bit, and then I'll come back?
Yeah. And he says, okay, we'll give you a date to come back. And it was like about 2 weeks later or something like that. Yeah.
And then you go back home. How did you get home? Bus, or did you rent a car, or how did you?
I don't remember that. I do remember coming back in a car. And I can't remember if I drove it. It wasn't Dad, and it wasn't Mom. So I can't remember going back to the airport. I think that's when I went from home to Dolores' place. And then I went to work from there. I must have had a car.
And so you learned to drive. Where did you learn to drive?
Oh, I learned to drive in Maizesville before I even went into the Navy.
So tell me a little bit about that, because Grandpa had a garage, right? So he had cars, access to cars, or?
It was his car. It was his old car. It was old 56 Chevy. Or was it a 56 or earlier? That picture that you have of me.
That's Grandpa's car? Is that actually?
Yeah, that's the one I learned to drive in.
And And you were how old?
16.
You look younger. Are you sure? I think you were 12 or 13.
When I drove to Philadelphia or to California, I was in a Chevy.
So you think that was?
I think that was Dad's car. That car that's on the picture. And that's the car that your table came in on, too.
Tell me about the table. How did you guys get the table?
That was your mother's grandmother. I think it was. Yeah. Because it was that Chevy that I came to California in. It was shortly thereafter, in that first apartment, that I bought a new Chevy. And I had that for so long until I decided I wanted a Cadillac.
So you go back to Philadelphia, and how long did you stay in Philadelphia for and work for,
I think I worked there 2 hours, it was, or 2 years. And
Do you know what your starting salary was there?
$2.98
An hour.
an hour. I have it down in storage, all my pay certs from United.
Really?
Yeah.
All of them? Going all the way back to the beginning?
Beginning.
Kept that.
Yeah.
Why did you keep that?
I don't know. I just kind of, I guess I was keeping everything back then.
You don't keep everything, but you keep stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why is that different to you than, like, you don't like to keep a lot of old furniture. You change furniture a lot. You like new stuff. But you keep little things like paperwork and stuff. Any reason why?
I don't remember why, but I remembered I wanted to, from my first job,
You wanted to
I
have
wanted
that.
to remember.
Yeah.
And that was working on the ramp.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very welcome.
Thanks.
Guys, enjoy, sure.
Thanks. Oh, so you were working on the ramp at first.
Yeah,
That was your first. Okay.
yeah. And then the man said, this guy, he was the ramp supervisor, and his name was Keefe or O'Keefe.
His last name?
Yeah. And he told me, I don't need you working down here. You go upstairs. I says, okay.
Which is a promotion.
Which was a promotion.
Oh, that's
Now that one I don't remember. I know it was more money, but I don't and Papa had the pay cert for it. But
Who had the pay cert?
me, I have the pay cert for that too.
So when you got promoted upstairs.
Yeah,
So he recognized that you were smart.
yeah.
So do you
That I could do something more than loading bags.
And so do you feel like
And then he the same guy, he said to me, he says, are you interested in going to Allentown? And I said, yeah, it's closer to my home. And it says, what are we talking? He says, they have what you call station agents there, where you do everything. And I said, hell yeah, I'll go. So I was in Philadelphia 2 years before that happened. Then I went to Allentown.
Yeah, I think I'm bringing it out down there.
19/12/2007. And Dad was 18, no, that's Steve. Dad was 1907, 1964.
We're trying to figure out if we can actually just get him the spot right here, right in front of the trees. So we want to try to figure out the line. But he doesn't really want to be buried here, he's saying. Do you want more coffee, Dad?
No, I'm good. Well, no, you're going to find out. I think you're going to see a new Allentown there. This was just a little, it was almost like a shack. It wasn't very big. I say shack, but it was a nice looking shack.
Nice looking.
And for some reason, I can't ever forget that the day John Kennedy was shot, I was there, sitting on a stool. I was having some lunch or breakfast, I don't know. And the basketball player, tall black basketball player, Wilt Chamberlain, he was in there at the same time. He was with the Philadelphia Warriors, I think their name was.
So how did you find out Kennedy died? You saw it on TV or?
On TV.
It was a TV in
Yeah.
the station?
Yeah, it was at the counter there where you ate.
Did everybody stop or what happened?
Everybody was looking on the TV to see what was going down. And yeah, I think most of us stayed there watching what was going on. Because,
No, but it sounds to me
okay, this guy that liked me, his name was Keith. I remember the name now. And, because I wasn't on the ramp very long. I keep thinking 2 years.
Yeah, but it sounds like the only thing I think we're trying to establish the timeline is that you went to Allentown. How long do you think you were working in Allentown before?
2 years?
Oh, okay. So it was like a year, and then Betty shows up, and then you guys, it was probably another year. You guys moved to California, got married, and then do you think you called your parents like right away and said, "Why don't you guys come out?" Or were you guys? Doesn't sound like you were out there very long.
No, I had to come back to get them because they didn't know the ways of the world at all, period. And
Yeah.
so I went back and got them and brought them home.
Yeah. What did you think of Kennedy? Back then, not.
I don't think the president being shot at that time, I don't think anybody thought anything like that would happen.
So do you think that before that,
Like girls, I guess.
the country, the world seems a little bit more sort of small town, we were safe, and that kind of changed something? Did it make people feel violated, or what do you think?
I think it's just that nobody ever thought anything like that would happen. Because all the Kennedys at that time made it, were in the news constantly.
What did you think about them being the first Catholic, and I think the only Catholic president that we've ever had?
I never thought, why not?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But that was a big thing for his election. That was going on. Well,
Okay, so you're in Allentown. You're working at the airport. And, so what was that like? What were the people like that you worked with?
lots of older people. I think I was the only young one there.
Mostly men? Older men?
It was all men. I don't remember another woman in there until your mother came into town.
So how long was it before Betty showed up?
I think at least a year. At least a year. And they immediately took her to task and decided they didn't want a woman in the town, in the place.
So do you remember the first time you met her?
Yeah, it was just like I come into work and she was at work there, and that was it. Then I got to know her better because of the yo-yos working there. They just didn't like her there because she was too smart. She just came from Los Angeles as a reservationist, and she knew everything there was to know and more. And they didn't like that. And then that's funny. I remember the station manager. His name was Hutchinson. And he liked your mother at first, too. And but he wasn't paying attention to all the guys when she came to work, And it's like work almost ceased because she was doing all the work. So, and that was when she said something about going back to California, and I says, "Fine, I'll go back with you."
Wait a minute. Wait, slow down. That didn't just happen.
No. We got to know each other pretty well.
So, were you guys the two youngest people working at the station together,
Yeah.
basically? Okay. And you guys, what happened? So how did you start talking to each other not at work?
Well, we dated a few times and stuff like that, but
Tell me about that.
I don't want to get into that.
No, did you ask her out on, how did you ask her out on a date?
I don't remember. I don't remember. But
Well, what do you do on a date back then? Do you go to a movie or dinner or?
it was basically It was basically going out to eat.
Were there good places to go out to eat there?
No. There used to be a big train station for passengers right down here.
This is new too.
Yeah. They're doing something here.
Oh, Dad, look at the garage.
Yeah, oh God. I don't know why that wasn't ever turned around. Yeah, see, over here where this door is, somebody put that there because it used to be just a little entry door to get into the gas station. I would really love to see a train go by here.
That's where the pumps would be, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pumps would be right here.
Did you pump gas?
There was a roof over, oh yeah. There was a roof over that. Up on that other street.
So it was on that side of the street, on the
Yeah, over this way. This was the last place.
Yeah, I
for
remember
Helen,
that being Helen's.
The Karchik.
Yeah. Somebody still live there?
There might have been one kid still there, but I don't know for sure. But, well, there's a car parked there, so there must be somebody
Yeah, I
in
think
there.
somebody.
Yeah, Grandma, the Karchik,
We
and
all have like
older sisters.
sit there and yell at each other.
Yeah, they were in competition there.
That's where they'd had their arguments.
Yeah. The second one over.
Second with the blue one?
No, the white. Oh yeah, the blue. Back of that is where there was a big mine explosion.
Big mine explosion.
Yeah, there were people digging in there for days trying to find people.
Like it was a cave-in.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. There were people in there days on days.
And people here knew people who probably were in there,
We
right?
knew them all.
Did that happen with any frequency? Did that?
As far as I know, only once there.
Yeah, okay.
But along the way, it could have happened, but I don't know. But these three houses are ready to come down too.
Most people who died here, would they be buried up there in that cemetery we were at?
I would think so. Because I think everybody from here has been getting buried up there.
Right.
The house there is obviously ripped out. And the one next to it, which is still there, is where Chili and John used to live in.
Oh, it's where Chili and John were.
Yeah. Where the hell's she going? They're taking pretty good care of that.
I'd say very good considering the two on each side.
I was telling Jim, the public school up to 6th grade was right over here, and the high school was right over there. well, how'd this got here? I thought she was pretty cool, and every time she had a question about anything, you know, she just came to me and asked me what's going on here, blah, blah, blah.
So she was sick of it and wanted to go back to California.
Yeah, she said there's no sense in staying here because, you know, they didn't appreciate her, period.
So when was the first time that your mom and dad met her?
I don't remember that.
Was it here? Was it in Pennsylvania, or was it?
I think it was in California. That first time I brought them out here.
How did Grandma find out she had been married before? Because wasn't Grandma mad that you were going to marry her?
Yeah, that's right.
So she hadn't even met her, but she was mad at you because you were marrying somebody who had been married before?
I guess she met her somewhere along the way, because yeah, she got mad mainly because I was going to marry a non-Catholic girl, and I told her, I said, don't worry, I said, I'm going to get married out there in the Catholic Church. And that's what we did, exactly. It was like, your mother knew had some friends out here. And they set up everything for the marriage as soon as we got in town. And then after that, that's when I invited, well, I didn't have to invite, I said to Mom and Dad, I said, I'm taking you out to California for a while. And I think that was it when first time she met her. So
how did that go? Because they stayed with you, right? Did they stay with you in your apartment?
Yeah.
And that apartment was on Sawtelle in Los Angeles, right?
I think I want to say Los Cienega, but I think it was Los Cienega, because there's another street right next to it that we used to go down. That's the one that was burned up in the fire when they had the big fire thing going on in California there. But that's also the same one that, well, the first day they were there, that's when Dad took a heart attack. So, that didn't work.
Didn't you say that, so that night, you and Grandpa went out together, is that right?
Oh, yeah. It took them, there's a bowling alley next door. And we go sat in the bowling alley and had beers together.
Was the beer really awful back then?
I didn't even think about it.
What'd you guys talk about?
You're really stretching the brain here.
Good.
He was talking about he was taking good care of Mom despite what the heck was going on, in their lives together. And because he was drinking a lot, and he says he was sad that I didn't come home
That was the first time he told you that.
Yeah.
What did you say to him? Do you know how you responded?
I don't remember.
Do you wish you had gone home for a little bit more?
No. I would. If I had wished I would have gone home, if I'd have known Dad was drinking so much.
So you didn't know.
First time I knew was when I went home from United for a couple days. I noticed the gas station was not open. Or it was open, but there was nobody there. And so I went to the house. And Mom was there. I says, "Where's Dad?" And that's when she told me he's out in the bar drinking somewhere. So I started searching all the bars, and I found them loaded in this one bar. So I got him out of the bar, took him home, went down and worked the gas station. But I stayed there a couple days, and I knew it was going to be the same thing over and over again, the way he was going. And that's when I think I told him, I said, "I'm going to take you two out to California."
I see you two are still getting along too good.
Do you think maybe you could have gotten him to move out there, him and Grandma, maybe?
I don't know.
Did he seem to like California when he flew in? Was he like, wow, what did he...
Oh yeah, it was a big thing. And then the DC-8 had this big lounge in front.
So where first class was, there was a lounge up there. Or was there a first class as well?
There was a first class in the back of the lounge.
But it wasn't upstairs yet, right?
No.
Because we're pre-747.
No. And I knew the stewardesses there. And I can't remember who the girl was at the time, that I just said, "Hey, can all three of us get up in the lounge?"
So it's just you, Grandpa, and Grandma.
Yeah. They thought it was the greatest thing on earth. That's enough.
Who actually, fired my mom?
The station manager, who was a chicken shit asshole. He would talk to your mother like he was his best friend, you know. But he was just an ass. His name was Jake Hutchinson.
So when she got fired, did she fight it here or did she fight it in Chicago? Did she have to go to Chicago?
No, she fought it here, and then she got transferred.
But how did she fight it here if the station manager is the one who fired her?
Oh, wait a second. What am I talking about? She got it changed. We had a guy named Bill something, and he was a union guy. And I knew him pretty well from Philadelphia. And we brought him in here to fight it. And they got her job back. He got her job back here. That was only like one day, and he was back here, and he says, "Okay, Mike, she's fine."
Neil Novak?
Well, I told him exactly what was going
Neil
on,
Novak.
and I told him, you know, this guy is an ass.
Yeah,
He's just a chicken shit ass. And first name was Bill. I can't remember his last name, but yeah, he said, "Don't worry, Mike. I have a lot of these in Philadelphia." He was sharp. He was sharp.
Wow. And then, so she got her job back, and then she asked for a transfer back to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Just joining me, my name is Elizabeth, and we are now going to start pre-boarding our United Flight 3762 destination Chicago.
Champion! Going on our flight.
Big time.
Here's the big jetway.
First class.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you making connections here at Chicago O'Hare, we're pulling up at the gate F27.
Does that thing ever run out of film?
No, that's the beauty of a digital camera now.